Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
I had a return letter notice that I was going to read to you that I wanted to return to the IRS.
Okay. Did you send it to me, like on the email?
No, I'm not into the computer. I'll have to mail it to you.
Okay. Because like Greg will tell you, man, I always have Greg send me everything, so it's easier for me to read along. Greg's phenomenal. Greg can do multiple things at one time. I can't. Either I'm listening to you folks, or I'm reading. I can't do both. I can't do the chat board and talk to you folks. I just don't have that. I can't type words a day. I type one finger at a time.
On my IRS questions, I haven't filed in the last 6 years or so.
Why?
I didn't make enough money to file.
Okay, that's a real good reason. Now, only the fact that you're not making enough money, do you work for a private or do you work public?
Yeah, I'm retired.
Oh, good. So if you did, you would do a 1040 off form, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to try to figure out where we're going with this.
And then, so last year I sold some property that they think is taxable.
Of course it is.
And so I was wondering, I wrote a notice to return letter when they start sending me letters.
Right, that's good.
You said to send them a letter back within 10 days.
Yep, I try to do it fast, man, because they're going to move like lightning.
Right. And basically it was that I was exempt and that they're wronging me, extortion and fraud.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a little deep. I would, first I'd say, very first letter I try to say to IRS, or anybody, it doesn't have to be IRS, it could be the Mexican IRS, it could be the Canadian IRS, I don't care. They might have anything in it. All I basically say to them in the very, very first letter within 10 days, it says, "Hi, I've received a letter or correspondence from you. Who are you?" And end it there and send it back. Okay? I'm trying to sit for the next volley that you ever deal with anybody else. So I'm trying to make it basic and blanket. I'm not going after nothing called the IRS. So I couldn't care less what their symbols are. It could be the FBI, DOJ, it could be GGGJ, I don't care. The first thing is like, who in the world, see, this is what we were trying to explain. The very first thing me and Greg said is, make sure that the parties have intercourse and commerce somewhere in the past. Like, where do you believe that we've done business before? Sir, who are you? I don't recall who you are and what you are to me. See what I'm saying? So the first thing is you want to just say, the famous Hillary Clinton stuff is I don't recall. She said 3,000 questions they gave her is I don't recall who you are. I don't recall where I was. I don't recall working for that company. I don't recall being a lawyer. I don't recall ever living in Arkansas. I don't recall. And she just kept saying, I don't recall. It was hysterical. Download it. And then, like I said, the senator on a joint chief committee said, the Judiciary Committee said, is there anything that you do not recall, Ms. Clinton? So that I do not recall not recalling anything I don't recall. It was hysterical. So, this is how she did it, and this is how everybody else could do it. All you have to say is, who are you? And then they're going to respond back to you. And then the next volley would be, have we had business relations or intercourse and commerce sometime in the past? And it's a long process. Like I said, my mom worked for the IRS, and she's a fantastic letter writer. Anybody under the age of 70 basically has no concept of how to write a letter anymore. So, but my mom has outstanding credit, not because my mom was rich. I've known her. She got pregnant when I was like 20 in my 20s. So a lot of times she was out of work. My dad was gone when I was 15, 16, sailing the ocean. So a lot of times she was flat broke. My mom's got the world's best credit rating you could possibly imagine. I forgot what she went into a bank with me to do something with, and they said, we've never seen a credit score this high. And I'm telling you, my mom's not a rich woman. But she knew how to do the letter exchange, writing back and forth to bill collectors, and believe me, she was plenty far behind in credit card bills and Macy's bills and Sears bills. Believe me, she was so freaking behind some of these bills. It was unbelievable that she pulled herself out of this stuff. But it was all based on correspondence. Because she worked for the IRS, and she knows this is all it takes, is constant correspondence, back and forth, spend the stamp. Well, back then it was 8 cents on a stamp, on a letter. I don't know what it is now. But that's all it was. This is how you basically do it. So you don't start saying, hey, this is extortion. Hey, this is a threat. Hey, this is... whoa, dude, whoa, chill. Just relax, just breathe, just calm down. This is a long, dragged-out process. Believe me, IRS, DOJ, FBI, they're not going nowhere. They're not going nowhere. Believe me, they're going to be here a lot longer than you. They're not going. Take your time. And just start sending letters nice and slow, back and forth. I mean, I should actually do that on a webpage, man. I should just say, first do this, then do this, then do this. Because that's what my mom did. That's exactly how she corresponded.
Right.
And you have to do.
Should I find, it'll come out of the St. Louis office probably. Should I find out who the manager is there and send him the return letters?
How long ago did you start this with them?
No, nothing is, I haven't filed the 15th.
Okay, well that's fine. You know,
It might months, it might be a year before they send me a letter, but I'd like to prepare before.
Right. Have they sent you a letter yet?
No.
Okay, lovely. Okay. This is the first thing that everybody needs to know. Do you, like my mama told me, do you believe in Santa Claus? Well, what's your name, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Al.
Al, how you doing, Al? I got two uncles, or Alphonse and Alan. But, there's a, Al, do you believe in Santa Claus?
I used to.
Oh, good. So, at one point in time, you used to write him a letter, didn't you?
Yes.
There you go. Now I think you've seen where I'm going with this. At one time, you believed that there was some benefit or value with communicating with something called Santa Claus.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Now, you believe it's any benefit for you to communicate with Santa Claus and put a stamp on it since the North Pole.
Right.
Do you believe it?
Not at this time, no.
There you go. The man has the right to change what he believes, and there is no power on this planet. There's no official highest moral, no, from Supreme Court, there is no officer, petty or high, who may tell a man what he may or may not believe in, and he cannot be held to any rule or any statute or any code based upon his beliefs if they're in conflict with the code. So, that's West Virginia Board of Education versus Barnett, 1943. And it'll start, just Google the word constellation. So when you find that case, type the word in constellation. It says nowhere within the legal constellation can a man's belief be challenged by blah, 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 code, statute, da. It's West Virginia Board of Education versus Barnett. Don't ever use that nonsense in any letter writing. Don't ever use their precedent. Don't ever use Supreme Court case for. But what I'm trying to say is if you want to research it and establish it in your skull, that even the Supreme Court knows that a man and his beliefs are superior to any code that exists, no matter who creates it in the government. Okay?
Yes.
Your beliefs can never be challenged by any petty officer, petty, high, or, and no officer can challenge your beliefs. I mean, walk inside from my computer, I'll find it real quick. And it takes me 2 seconds. Because,
Well, I think you said when you put in a claim later that you could put these in as appendix that
right.
the government believes this, but I don't believe it.
Not only is that my belief that the government has no capacity to move a man and challenge a man's beliefs, but the United States Supreme Court in 1943, I believe it had to do with Jehovah's Witnesses. I believe that was the case. I think that's what it was. But I found it real quick. Let me just open it up real quick. Let me go constellation. Scroll down constellation. Here you go. Here's the quote. If there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe what shall be an opinion or force the citizens to confess by word or acts their faith therein. So that's when you read it out fully, the opinion, it clearly says that the government, no matter what the official is, high or petty, can prescribe of what shall be an opinion or the belief, force a citizen to confess by word or act their faith therein. So you can't ever challenge anybody's belief. If this is what you believe, there's nothing they can do. It doesn't matter shall it be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or any other matters of an opinion by the citizens to confess by word or act their faith.
Can you repeat the name of that ruling again?
It's West Virginia Board of Education versus Barnett, B-A-R-N-E-T-T-E, 1943. And I'm not sure what page it's on, but it's 319 U.S. 624. Now, 624 is the very first page, so it's probably like 636 or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what page it's on.
Okay.
Was the first page.
So
this, the government can't tell you what you can and cannot believe in. So as long as you're steadfast and you believe that you don't owe a debt, that's when the fun begins. And that's what I try to do with Greg and talking this call. That's where the fun begins. What do you believe? Because to me, this is all about common law. And common law to me is beyond deadly. It's black and white. There's no mercy here. You're all in. It's a poker game. If you people can hold your court, you're going to win. If you can't hold your court, you're going to lose everything. So are you really sure you want to play common law, or you want to go like Dean Clifton and Winston Trout and go equity? It's up to you. Because then they'll set off what they believe is reasonable. Me, I'm all in. I believe I'm a good guy. I believe I have rights. I believe I have property. I believe I da-da-da-da-da. And I believe nobody in the government's going to ever come forth and claim that I don't. So see, you're putting a big, you're gambling. I'm gambling. I'm all in. People tell you, they're called crazy, man. Common law is a black and white. You're all in. That's right. You're all in. I'm all in. Let's do this.
Should I get all the letters notarized that I'm going to send to them?
Nope. Absolutely not. I wouldn't waste my time with any kind of silly notary stuff or certified. If you want to, after they communicate with you and you want to send a certified, that's fine. Notary just means it was a blank piece of paper and you could have filled it in between. Right. Like Greg told you folks the other day, Greg, what is it called, the notary process, where the notary actually stands there and reads I'm a giraffe. Giraffe. There you go. That's right. We were arguing with the word giraffe the other day. That's a lovely word. It's like the giraffe process, where the clerk or the notary you'll actually hand the notary the questions and answers, and she will read them out loud to you, because a juror or a notary isn't just a justice of the peace. So it's the representative of the Secretary of State's office. But I don't know if you heard that call we did on Thursday, but we went into great detail what a juror was. And that's how you would do it. If you really care about a notary and have a foreign jurisdiction affidavit be brought into the now case that's moving before a court, that's how you could actually do it. But the notary nonsense, the stamp, doesn't mean anything, because the notary will even tell you, just because she stamps a piece of paper, and it doesn't mean that you can't put 10,000 different things in there. All it means is this piece of paper came before this lady on this date. All it's basically establishing is the date that this piece of paper came before that lady, and a green certification of the Postal Service means that you actually sent it out on that specific date. That's all that establishes, the proof that that piece of paper existed on a planet at that date, the notary. And a green certification card just means that's proof that that note or whatever that document left in your hands was given into somebody like a court clerk or the postmaster, which is kind of like a court clerk. And all he's doing is transferring to another venue. That's all he's doing. So that's all that green card is proof of, that document, that envelope left your hands, and you were no longer in control of it. So that's to go around and notarize everything every 5 seconds, waste of time. It doesn't hold up anything in court. It doesn't prove anything.